Hello, all you beautiful, beautiful people. I love you so much. I just want to quickly say that right now. I love you guys. Just gonna quickly get that out of the way. Welcome to another TF2 post-commentary video. You found Nintoonist, that is my name. If you didn't know that, welcome to my channel if you're new. It's good to see you. I do believe I'm playing as a sniper. But before I talk about that, I just need to quickly do a couple of things. Couple of shout-outs to Chris the Baka, Sir Barrington, Josh Bow 5H, Eric Gibson, and Juice Lord 1098. I wasn't gonna start out the commentary like this, but then there's something I gotta say. Cause last night, right, I was playing For Glory, cause like, I don't know, just watching like Smash Brothers videos on YouTube or something, right? And I think to myself, you know, I really feel like playing some Smash Brothers, you know what? So I got on For Glory and I started playing for a while, and then like some guy like, sometimes, you know, like how in the name, the little name thing at the bottom right, like, you know how you could set your name in Smash Brothers? People use that to talk to each other online, right? And some guy said like, oh, GG, and he said, you're good. And normally I reply to those things, I say thanks. But I was just like practicing a bunch of like other characters that I wanted to play as. Or I was just playing as my Mario, I don't exactly remember. And I didn't reply, even though I really should have. Like, I apologize. I think that was you, Chris the Baka. I think that was you who actually did that, because like, here's what happened, right? Like, he wrote to me, like, he said, you're good, and then he was about to leave, right? But before he left, he said, I will sub. As flattered as I was by that, I was majorly just creeped the fuck out, dude, because I think to myself, like, you know what I felt? I didn't know. Jesus Christ. The words aren't coming out, man. How did he know I had a YouTube channel? Seriously, like, he literally just said, I will sub. Like, I never mentioned to that guy that I had a YouTube channel. I never did. I mean, that actually made me think to myself that maybe I could spam, like, tags on For Glory that says, follow me on YouTube. Follow me on YouTube. I'm thinking that's a better thing to write than, you know, gay fag over and over again whenever, like, I lose to somebody. That's a much more appropriate thing to do, isn't it? Alright. But either way, like, this guy, like, said, I will sub. And you know what it felt like, dude? I felt like SpongeBob in the episode where we had to write an essay. Like, I was just casually talking with this mailman, right? Like, I was just casually playing with this guy, like, on For Glory on Smash Brothers, and then he goes like, don't you have a paper to write? How did he know that I was supposed to write an essay? That's how it felt like! I mean, Chris the Baka, I'm almost positive that was you, because I saw you subscribe to my YouTube channel immediately afterwards. Or I think it was, I don't know, it was somebody else, and that's the point of what I'm talking about right now. I've met so many of, like, I've actually had, like, a lot of subscribers begin to follow me, like, off of, like, people I've played with on For Glory. Like, people say For Glory is this whole realm of salt and bad players, and believe me, I've run into some really shitty, salty players before, like, who will, like, call you, like, a horrible person, say racial slurs to you when you beat them, all that kind of shit. But, like, most of the time when I play For Glory, if people talk to me, they usually, like, tell me I'm good. That's only if I beat them, obviously. Like, if I'm playing my Mario and I'm obliterating them, they're, like, not salty at all. They go, like, you're good, and sometimes they leave a smiley face. I'm like, that's not salt. That's not salt at all. That's awesome. And then, like, you know, like, immediately after you left, Chris, like, fucking, like, I don't know, I started playing, like, who was it? I started playing some guy named Ray or something, and this guy had me beat at every different turn. He played, like, 4 different characters, and he just obliterated me almost every single time. I 2-stocked him once or twice, and I beat him a couple of times, but most of the time, he was just trashing me. And he was using high-tier characters. He beat me, he was wrecking me as Greninja, destroying me as Sheik. His Zero Suit Samus actually got a couple good hits in on and stuff, but he was still better than me. And then he started wrecking me as fucking Charizard, dude, and I just felt like, okay, you know, I was salty as fuck after that. I was salty as fuck after that, man. I'm not even going to lie to you about that. And I think to myself, I should be more like these people who begin to follow me on my YouTube channel. Like, I just obliterated these guys with my Mario, and they're like, you're good. Oh, I'm gonna subscribe to you, man. And I'm like, thank you. That's so kind of you to do for me. And then, like, I lose to somebody on For Glory, and I'm like, F you, you f***ing piece of shit. I bet all you do is play Smash Brothers all day. You ever had sex, buddy? I doubt it. Like, that's who I am, like, when on For Glory. Because on For Glory, there's no human interaction. There's no human interaction at all. When you're playing with somebody and you get obliterated, you look at the person, you shake hands with the person, you remember they're a human being, and you got beat by a life. You'll still be a little salty, I suppose. But when you're just getting your ass beat by a virtual character in a video game, it can be frustrating to some people, including myself, because I pride myself on my skills at Smash Brothers. And then it sucks because then you fight against somebody who's really good, and it just makes, it feels like a reminder that you're not good at the game, you know? But then you gotta understand that you are good, you just got beat by somebody better. That's the truth of it. And you just gotta practice more. That's it. So I was really looking forward to making this commentary for a long time, but like, I don't know, like, I meant to talk about something else like 5 minutes ago. I didn't mean to talk about Smash Brothers for like 5 minutes. I just wanted to give you guys some quick shoutouts. But here we go. I'm gonna start out by saying I made a Twitter. If you guys do not know about this, I'm gonna put a link to it in the description. It'll be in all my descriptions from now on, as well as links to my Facebook and links to subscribe to my channel. I made a Twitter, and I regret that. I regret that to be completely honest, because I hate Twitter. I've always hated Twitter. Like, ever since it was conceived, I just hated the websites. It's just, I don't know, it just seems so child-oriented to me, and it's all about what's trending, and like, at like the right, like at the left bar of like the Twitter menu, it says like what's trending. It's like Drake prepared his diss rap, and like Ariana Grande has this to say about Taylor Swift, and it's like, am I a fucking 12-year-old girl? Like, why is this shit showing up like on my menu? Like, I don't want to see that, but that's what Twitter caters to, you know? And Twitter, to me, isn't a place where people can socialize, obviously, because people, like, just like to tweet things about where they're at instead of actually enjoying their, like, situation, you know? Like, oh, I'm at a show, like, you know, and they could just sit there and enjoy the show, but no, they're fucking tweeting during the entire thing because that's more important. No, that's fucking stupid. Like, Twitter prevents you from living your life and shit. It just further immerses, like, you in some dumb virtual world rather than actually living in the real world because, like, oh, I gotta update my Twitter now instead of actually having sex with this woman. Oh, just bang this chick. It's like, what the fuck? That's so stupid, don't you think? Not even just that, Twitter is also a huge mean of spreading misinformation. People argue about shit on Twitter. People argue about religion. They talk shit about each other on Twitter. People talk shit about each other on the internet regardless, you know, because like they're hiding behind the screen and they're fucking pussies, you know. But on Twitter, you can never get the full story of when something trends. Twitter is supposed to be all about, like, trending events that people are gonna write about, like, these things on here so you'll know what happened. Like, say, like, some big event happens, like, maybe, like, the president, God forbid, gets, like, assassinated. You'll find out about it on Twitter. But the thing is with Twitter, like, you're limited to 140 characters, and you can't write the whole story on Twitter. Like, Twitter just spreads so much misinformation because of that. Because you're limited to 140 characters, and you can't write the whole story of what happened. That, and people also don't know how to fucking use grammar, like, that pisses me off sometimes, like, rarely on YouTube comments, but only if I really can't understand what they're saying. Like, Dirtman, I love you. I'm sorry, sometimes I just straight up cannot understand your comments, dude. Like, you just don't use grammar at all, like, big run-on sentences and commas. I'm not judging you as a person, I'm just saying sometimes your comments are hard to read. That's all. I appreciate you staying with my channel for this long, and I love you, and I will keep making great content for you as the years go by. But, like, I hate Twitter. I hate Twitter because of that. It just seems like it's just some dumb shit built for teenagers. It doesn't serve any purpose in my eyes. I just gotta bring my mic a little closer. There we go. But, I am a YouTuber. I am a struggling YouTuber. And I do everything a YouTuber needs to do to have a successful channel. I am consistent with my uploads. I do quality uploads. I interact with you guys as much as I can. I gave you guys some shoutouts at the beginning. I could stand to do a couple more collabs. I will look into that. Because I do collabs with Bandypat, who formerly known as McClangus. He changed his name if you didn't know that. But that, I guess that's not enough. I need more social media. I can't just keep posting on my Facebook, you know, like, over and over again. I can't just keep, like, posting, like, on my Facebook, like, that has, like, 35 likes, people following it. Like, that's not gonna spread very much, you know? And I know that people religiously follow their Twitter feeds. As much as I hate Twitter and as much as I hate that, people religiously follow their Twitter feed. So I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'm going to post my videos there from now on. Of course I'm going to post them on YouTube, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to post my videos, like, on my Facebook very often anymore, unless it's a video I really want you to watch. Every video I will tweet when it goes live. Like this video, I probably already tweeted it right now. So there we go. And I actually already have, like, a couple of followers on Twitter already, like, a lot of other gaming YouTubers, it seems. Are those you guys? Certainly hope those are you guys. That'd be super cool. But if there are other people, that would be great, because I want to branch out, you know? It's actually nice, like, having social media that has people following you that you don't know. It actually makes you feel like your channel is spreading, rather than, like, oh, like, you have, like, your friend liked you, or your mom liked you, just because, like, you know, you're your friend. You're their friend, and, like, you're their son, you know? So for the most part, I regretted making a Twitter, and this right here is why I wanted to make the commentary. Did you wonder why, like, the thumbnail of this video had a sniper staring at a pyro's colossal heaving tits? Let me explain that to you right now. Have you ever been in love? I have. I've been deeply in love with a woman once before, during probably like my senior year of high school. I think it was a little bit in my junior year, I suppose, beforehand, but that's the case. And sometimes when you love people, no matter what you do, they won't love you back. And that, my good man, is when you're in the friend zone. People, like, some guys think the friend zone is like, oh, I'm being friend zoned by this girl. It's like, well, did you tell her how you feel? It's like, no. Well, that's not the friend zone, you just didn't make any moves. I'm sure there have been women who have liked me before and never made a move about it, and therefore I didn't know that they liked me, you know? And I had a huge history with that girl. Like, we were best friends, we talked about everything with one another. I loved her and she didn't love me back. I learned a lot from that whole experience, and it was one of the darkest times of my life, but I always revert myself back to that experience sometimes, not because I wish I was still with that girl, because I don't wish I was with her, but, like, I learned so much about that experience. I learned that relationships were from a two-way street. I'll go into it in more detail sometimes in the future, because it was one of the most crucial periods of my life, when I have more followers, or maybe even just when I feel like I should share that with you guys. And how does this relate to Twitter? Well, when I was making my Twitter, they recommend people for you to, like, follow and stuff, like, based on whatever, like, interest you have. And as soon as I started making my Twitter, want to know the first thing that comes up? A picture of her arm in arm with her boyfriend. Yeah. It didn't make me sad, but it made me feel like it was an omen. You know, that I think to myself, I hate Nintoonist. You hate Twitter. Why are you making a Twitter? Let me remind you why you hate Twitter. Boom! Girl you were obsessed with for about a year. Take that, man. Boom! And I'm like, oh, Twitter, you're fucking boning me right now. But I think to myself, no. I have to do this for me. I have to do this for my channel. It's gonna help me spread some more. I have to do it. And back in high school, like, I thought, like, you know, your, like, self-worth was defined by if you're in a relationship or not. And the reason I liked her so much, like, I fell in love with her the minute I met her, dude. The minute I met her. And why? Because she was a girl that talked to me. Like, you can picture me. I was a fucking nerd in high school, dude. At least through, like, my freshman to junior year, I was a straight-up nerd. I had, like, a mustache and, like, chin badger combo, and, like, I didn't have, like, a chin strap or anything, or a beard to finish my face, and I felt like such a man because I had that. Ugh, it was awful. Oh, my goodness. But she was a girl that talked to me, and I don't know why, like, I liked her so much, but I don't know. That's the kind of thing you talk about with, like, a therapist, you know, like, the inner roots of your mind. But it might have just sort of, like, I was a teenager, right? So it might have just been, like, a sexual thing. 'Cause here's where, like, the thumbnail comes in. This girl had the fattest goddamn titties you will ever see in your life. I'm sorry if my mic peaked a little when I said that, but I had to whisper a little bit. I'm not even kidding. This girl had the hugest goddamn tits. Like, to the point where, like, of course I was sexually attracted to her for it, but you realize that a woman, like, at her age, like, it was fucking medically, like, fascinating. You think to yourself, like, you don't even think to yourself, like, whoa. You think to yourself, why? And how? Because seriously, she had the fattest goddamn titties. Because, like, I don't know, like, dude, I've been a tits guy my entire life. I've always been a tits guy. Like, you know, some guys go up to you like, hey bro, you like tits or ass? And I'm like, I'm a tits guy. I've always been a tits guy. So yeah, now the thumbnail makes sense, doesn't it? The sniper is me and the pyro is her. That's that. So, that explains that. I suppose, like, oh, he was talking about Twitter. What the fuck is he doing with some sort of huge-titted pyro? My goodness. So either way, like, I think now, like, she's dating, like, some guy I used to be friends with, like, in high school, right? Because I was in the choir in high school. He was one of the only other guys that was in the choir with me. So we sort of became friends, but, like, I don't know, like, he was the most apathetic, ambivalent, and most boring person I've ever met. And I think to myself, really? Like, she's dating him now. And I don't love this girl anymore. Like, I wasn't jealous of him that, like, he was dating, like, this girl who, you know what? At the risk of saying her name, I don't want to do that. At the risk of saying her name, I gotta think of a nickname. What are we gonna call her? We're gonna call her Boobzilla, okay? So this guy is dating Boobzilla, right? And I think to myself, like, wow, that is super crazy. But I mean, I guess if they make each other happy, that's the case. So I remember, like, I was gonna go see, like, the play, because she was still in high school after I was in college, right? She was, like, a grade below me. And, so I went to go see a show that had her in it and, like, a bunch of my other friends, like, the fall drama, like, you know. Because, like, I was in the musical with them like once, and like we were all like good friends and all that stuff. So I was gonna bring my girlfriend at the time to go see that show, but she had actually broken up with me a week prior, so I went to see it with my friend, right? And I was like, it was good. I was reconnecting like with everyone again. It was super fun. And then at one point, like she saw me. She fucking knew I was there, and just she made dead eye contact with me, but she didn't say anything. There's a little bit of salt. There's a little bit of salt between me and her, but I'm definitely not gonna go into that now. But I met her boyfriend a little bit during that night, and we started like catching up a little bit too. And I don't know, because like, this girl had me pinned down in the friend zone for such a long time. I would have done anything for her, and she didn't give a shit. But like, so I didn't really care anymore about if I said anything that would have been considered misogynistic or stupid or like rude or anything about that, because I didn't give a fuck what she thought of me anymore, right? I'm free, dude. I'm free, bitch. Oh my goodness. So like, at a certain point, like I was talking to her boyfriend, right? I'm like, and I said something really fucking like stupid and like sexist. I'm like, so, what does she look like from the inside, man? And this, like I said, this dude was the most apathetic fucking person I've ever met in my life. So he just goes like, huh? What does she look like on the inside, man? Am I right? Huh? What do her breasts look like without clothing, sir? That is what I am trying to say to you right now. Those were my actual words to him, by the way. I just straight up came out and said it. I'm like, what do her tits look like without clothes? And then, you want to know what he says after this? He goes like, oh! I don't know. And I was laughing my ass off when he said that. I'm like, okay, I guess they never bone zoned each other. That's it, I suppose. And I know you think I'm like being such a like huge sexist right now, and I probably was, but you don't understand. This girl had me pinned down for such a huge time. She dated so many guys and always complained to me when they did something wrong. Like I was on the phone for hours with her, man. Like whenever she broke up with somebody, because I loved her, because I wanted to be there for her, man. I was so close, but so boxed out. And then one day she got another boyfriend, right? She started dating this guy, like, off of some bet that she made with him at a party. And I'm like, yeah, that was the fucking kind of girl she was. I was just blind to that. And, what happened? What happened after that? Oh, come on. Think. I remember now. I had what was the most crucial moment of my life. Instead of getting sad that she had, like, this new boyfriend, who was way better looking than me. He was like hunkier than me, like all that kind of shit. I had an epiphany. I thought to myself, why am I putting up with this? Why am I putting up with this? Like, what, this girl has like been nothing but like, this girl has been nothing but hard on me. She doesn't care about my emotions for her. And like, she just doesn't feel the same way, you know? Like, I should be with a girl who reciprocates. I learned that relationships are a two-way street. You know? And, like, I was just so blind to that for so long that I had to be good for this girl, but she didn't have to do anything for me. When, in reality, relationships are a two-way street, and you have to try and be the best you can be for each other. And if not, like, you serve each other. That's what a relationship is. You serve each other. And I was serving, and I didn't get served. It has nothing to do with sex. Like, it has nothing to do with that. As much as I would have loved to have sex with that girl, I still want to fuck that girl. But, like, it's just because I wanted her to have the feelings for me that I had for her, and that never happened. So, you just gotta, like, at a certain point, you just gotta realize your own self-worth. You just gotta realize your own self-worth, and that you shouldn't put yourself through this, you know? And that you should find a girl who, like, reciprocates those kind of feelings for you. One that treats you the same way you treat her. One that understands that relationships are a two-way street. One that reciprocates feelings for you. One that loves you as much as you love her. That's why I relate myself back to that experience so much. It was one of the most crucial times in my life, because I've always wanted a girlfriend since I was, like, a young kid. I always thought, like, being in love was great, and having, like, a girlfriend is a great thing. But I didn't know too much about relationships, and, like, I thought they were something that they weren't. I thought they were something evil and slave-inducing, in a sense. I was wrong. And I learned about that from Boobzilla. So, Boobzilla, wherever you are right now, thank you. By the way, if she's watching this, she absolutely knows who she is. I'm just saying that right now. She absolutely knows who she is because I acknowledged the fact that she had, like, giant tits before because, like, oh my god, dude. She had a body that could fucking slay an elephant. It was amazing. Like, I remember I had another friend, like, when I was a freshman in high school, and she had, like, fucking double Ds, and I'm like, what are you doing with those? Like, I'm a freshman, like, I'm a little kid, like, let me develop some game first, you know what I'm saying? But, like, oh my god, like, I was just a boy. I was just a boy. I couldn't handle those. I actually had a crush on that girl for a long time too, but it's not even because I had like huge emotional feelings for her. It's just because she had fucking rockin' tits, dude. That was honestly like the only reason. So yeah, I'll probably go in depth with this story like sometime more in the future. Probably when I eventually start that gaming channel with Mega Man that I plan on doing. That'll definitely be a thing. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Wow, this commentary was long, dude. I didn't mean for it to be this long. But hey, a nice long commentary for you. I know that some of you like to see that. I forgot what your name was. Let me actually scroll. Through you right now. Ah, yes, Steampunk Centaurs. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this video very much, because I know you enjoy, like, my post-commentary Team Fortress videos in which I'm telling stories and stuff. I have a ton more stories about me and that girl that I probably will tell you at some point in the future. I keep calling her that girl. No, her name was Boobzilla. God damn it, like, I meant for that to be such a funny joke for me to reference Boobzilla so many times, and now I can't even do it. God damn it. Whatever. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope from the bottom of my heart that you enjoyed this video, because I enjoyed making it for you so much. I just love talking into the mic and talking to you guys. It feels so great. Thank you all so much for watching. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter now. And thank you all again so much for watching. Take care, everybody. I hope you enjoyed.